Good morning everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video I'm going to continue the experiment I did yesterday when I tried the espresso using both the grinders, the Edge and the Edge Plus. And in our previous experience or experiment we tried to pull espresso shots using the normal IMS basket, Barista Pro basket. But for this experiment I'm going to try the other high extraction basket, which is the Pesado high extraction basket, the new one. Okay, this basket is different from the normal basket, the IMS and the VST, in terms of what? In terms of the number of holes and the overall geometry of the basket is different, the hole size and all that, plus that the holes are like wall to wall. Okay, so there is no gap between the holes and the wall of the basket, as you see. I think it's very clear. Okay, plus that the number of holes in a IMS or VST basket is no more than 600 to 700 holes. However, here it's 2200 holes, so it's almost triple the number of holes in normal baskets. So definitely it requires finer grind. Okay, and with finer grind we get to achieve better or like higher extraction and more, or to extract more flavor from our coffee. So the philosophy of having baskets like that is that there is no need for the water to go around in order to fall from the holes, because it can definitely go in like straight streams from up to down, so it can extract more from the coffee. So for baskets like these, I also noticed that the basket doesn't have any play. So if I place it on a surface, there is no play. Okay, so this is the normal IMS basket. There is a lot of play happening around it. Let me try to show you. I want to yeah, I'll put it on something like that. And as you see, the normal basket has a little bit of play. That's an IMS. Let me show you how a VST also reacts to that. So this is a VST. Okay, and the same concept for VST. There's a lot of play happening. So if you put the basket on a surface, you will feel that it's not stable. Okay, there is a little bit of play also on the Pesado, but not as much as the IMS and the VST. As you see very little play happening. This means that the bottom of the basket is completely flat, and being flat means that the coffee will not go using the angles in order to form one single stream falling from the middle. Okay, so we should not expect to have a lot of or always a perfect extraction that goes in one single stream when using baskets like this. That's why they always promote that this is kind of like rainfall extraction. Okay, so what matters to us is not how the coffee falls from the basket when we use baskets like this. What matters is when we taste the coffee, the taste is good. When we try to refract it, we find that really the extraction percentage is good, and definitely this is reflected on the cup that we're drinking and the flavor we're feeling when we're drying the coffee. Okay, so this is a quick introduction about our experiment for today. So I'm going to use the same coffee I used yesterday in my experiment on the IMS basket. And if you remember, guys, yesterday when I tried both the grinders, okay, on the Edge Plus I tried settings number 8. And today I didn't yet try, but I'm setting it to settings number 3. Okay, so 3 notches from the 0. However, the 0 is not exactly at number 0. It's like 2 notches before. Okay, so we'd say that this is like 5 notches from the real 0. Okay, here I'm also using 5 notches from the real 0. This is the Edge grinder. Okay, so I used to do at 10 notches, which is number 2. So starting from number 1 is the first settings. So this is like a starting point of the grinder. So I did at number 2, which is 10 notches. Now I'm going back to 5. Okay, so I'm trying 5 here, I'm trying 3 here, actually 5 here also. I'm not sure if this is going to be over extracted. Will this really result into a cup of coffee that will fall or extract normally, or will it choke the machine or no? We'll all find out together in this video. Okay, I actually hate wasting coffee, so I hope that really this goes right from the first time. So I'm going to use the same coffee I did, which is a Burundi coffee. It's called Buthind, and I roasted this coffee myself at home. It smells very nice. This is roasted on 17th of September. This is not, not very far from roasting date, something like 12 days or something. And I'm going to use the DeFloyd microbalance scale, And for puck preparation, I'm going to use the 4-stamper and the Yumikut distributor. And that's it. A very simple one. So let's weigh the coffee. And weigh 18 grams on each shot. Okay. Okay, so I'll just do a quick RDT. Like to do a couple of drops like that and shake the coffee. Then weigh the cup, the empty cup, and then turn on the grinder. So I'm just using the same wire for both the grinders. I don't have a lot of electricity sockets around. And here we go. So what's something good about the grinder cup is that it weighs, this one weighs exactly 130 grams. I think that one weighs around 90 grams. Yeah, almost 90. And the other one is 130. So if you're using one of them, I mean, you would know the weight of the cup. So even if you forgot to tear it, you still can do the math quickly in your mind. So even if I didn't do that, I'm expecting to have something like 148 grams of coffee in case I didn't tear the cup. Okay, so let's do the grinding and see. So this is settings 3. Turning on the grinder. Okay, then putting the coffee. Then some bellowing. I think that's it. Not sure how long did this take, but this is the coffee we just ground. Very fine. Yeah, that is very fine. Very fine grounds. Let's see how much does this weight. Hopefully it's 18. 17.8. So maybe there is a little bit of grounds here or there. Maybe behind the shoot. Let's try to turn it on again and see. See, you apply firm. Yeah, see? Firm billowing. Maybe this will result into taking the rest. I don't like that so much because it's just about fines remaining in the grinder, but here we go, we have the 18 grams that we put. So let's do quick puck prep. For that I'm going to use this holder, and this is also a magnetic dosing ring from MHW 3 Bomber. Very nice company, honestly. It's a Chinese brand, but it's really producing very good quality of coffee products. So, Yumikut, as you see, the coffee looks not so neat, but with this thing, it's gonna be amazing. So, also one thing that I want to tell you about before doing the puck prep is that I have two different sizes for the the needles in this WDT. As you see, there is tall needles and short needles. Okay, so for the tall needles they are 0.4 millimeters. For the short needles they are only 0.25. So what happens is that these long ones go to the bottom of the basket, while the short ones only do the puck raking on the top. So this gives me a very polished and very neat puck preparation every time I use this tool. So let's try to show you how it looks. So I just place it like that. I do like 10 rotations or so. That's it. Then I just remove it, and here we go. See how it looks? Very neat puck prep, and every time I get the same result. I have Duomo D8. I didn't see any difference between using this one and the Duomo. Both of them are really good distributors. The only difference is that this is definitely a cheaper thing since it's just 3D printed, while the other one is fancy that cost me $200. Okay, so that's the puck for the first trial using the Edge Plus in the machine, and then I'll show you guys how the extraction looks like. Use makeup, and I think we're good to go now. Clear the scale. Make sure the flow control is just slightly open to do soft pre-infusion, and here we go. And once the pressure builds up, I will turn on the timer. Yeah. So I'm doing this experiment with you guys to show you that the grinder is, both of them are capable of like producing fine grounds enough to use baskets like these. And as I expected, it's never going to be in a single stream since it's completely flat from the bottom. That's how the extraction looks, but the coffee, believe me, the coffee really tastes better with this basket. Definitely tasting better. As we see here, 8 bars of pressure and almost 40 grams in around 36 or 37 seconds. So yesterday's extractions were kind of like tiger stripped extractions and all that, and that's definitely because it's a single stream. The coffee doesn't fall in kind of like agitation, high agitation or something. So this is the first cup. I'm gonna try it, and I'm eager also to see the refractometer result on it. So let's try it first. Give it a stir. Has a little bit of bitterness, or a little bit long extraction. So if I'm going to repeat this experiment, I think I should go somewhere around 5, not 3. So 5 notches, not 3 notches. This would be a little bit faster, and this would achieve a better cup for me. But still, it's drinkable. So I know it's a bit sour, bitter, but still it is drinkable. So I'm going to try the same experiment now on the other grinder, and I'm already on 5 notches here. I'll see how this is going to result. So here we go, guys. Let's try the second experiment. I'm going to use the same coffee and the other grinder. So the coffee right now is a little bit just warm. Yeah, it's definitely drinkable. There's a little bit of sweetness in it. Like, the taste of the coffee overall is, for me, I prefer it more than the normal baskets. But there is one downside with these baskets, the high extraction baskets so far. I tried the Weber and I tried the Pesado. One downside about them is that I don't know, they don't perform very well in terms of milk-based drinks. Like when I try them with milk-based drinks, I don't get a good taste for my coffee. That's what happened with me so far, with both of them. So let's see. I think the same result will happen on the other grinder because we're still the same like settings, like 5 notches from 0. I know they should not perform the same way because this is a 63 millimeters and the other one is only 48. So the range of them is different. Yet we'll just try together and see. I will weigh the cup first. The cup here is only almost 80 grams. So sometimes when it's like this one is 90 grams, this is 89.8. Sometimes I stick a piece of rubber or a piece of anything, like, you know, the sticker or anything on the bottom of it to give it a little bit of weight so that it can become 90 exactly. Okay, so there is 0.3 grams of weight that I need to add to that cup to make it 90. So it becomes easy for me to always remember if I didn't tear it before grinding. So I'm just putting the wire. Yeah, I think we're good to go now. So whether a hot start or cold start, in both of them the grinder doesn't stale. Probably this is not a light roast as well, it's just like medium light. And I measure the color of my coffee, not using my eyes. I just use a color meter. It's called Espresso Vision. It's one of the nice gadgets I have. I know the color meters are very expensive to have, but to have something like that, this is a very nice thing that I can put a sample of my coffee on it, and then it tells me exactly what color is my coffee, so I can have a consistent result every time when I roast my coffee to a specific color or roast level. So here we go. This is a quieter grinder, of course, smaller, quieter. Some taps like that, and I think that's good enough. See, if I take this one out slowly, not like last time, very tiny bit of grounds only, the shoot is clean, and just a tiny bit of grounds that is just here, very little. So if I weigh the cup like that as is, let's see how much will it be. Just the 18 grams. Yeah. So let's put the phone back on the holder. Okay, fine. A quick pot prep again. There's a piece of cloth to just take the water away, and that's how the grounds look like. As you see, it's also very fine. But usually if I do the same grind settings on normal baskets like the IMS or VST, the machine will choke probably, or the shot will take more than 1 minute. But in the last shot, we just took 35 seconds or so. That was a little bit of like I'm not saying very over extracted, still 5-6 seconds, 10 seconds is not very far. Here we go. Lovely. I love this thing so much. My favorite. One simple tab and then tamping, and here we go. Very clean process. Put this puck screen on the top and we do the extraction together. This is also in just a tiny bit open. Then I turn on the timer and I open the valve. Same raindrops. So in both grinders, I think we need to go a little bit coarser. Yeah, we definitely need to go coarser. So here it's like 9 bars. Yeah, I'd say very similar extraction time. The first one was around 35 seconds and this is around 40 seconds. So there's 5 seconds extra here. So that's a good thing, honestly, because I don't need to go finer, actually I need to go coarser on both grinders. This means that the range that they are providing is still not bad at all. Both of them have good opportunity for anyone to brew coffee without worrying that the grinder will not grind fine enough for them. So for this one, I need to go around 5. Yeah, I would say 5. Yeah, and that one I need to go maybe around 7 or 8. Yeah, something like that. So the starting point is 1, and here the starting point is 0. Okay, that's how the hopper looks like. A bit of grounds, as I mentioned in my previous video when I compared both of them. And here, just a little bit also. But this is a little bit rough. The texture of the hopper is rough, and here it's soft. That's why you can see easily if there is anything like coffee dust or fines or chaff, be very easily noticed on it. Okay, so let's put the phone back on the holder. I'll try the coffee and then I will quickly use the refractometer to see the TDS percentage in both of them. So our experiment can be concluded. So I'll stir the coffee quickly and I'll give it a try. Surprisingly, the bitterness here is definitely less. I don't know how. The bitterness is less here, but the flavor is stronger here. So the Edge Plus provides like more flavors than the Edge. Especially after the coffee cooled down. Okay, fine. So without using the refractometer on the device, I'll just quickly put a sample of the coffee on the refractometer and I'll see the percentage that it will give me. So this will give us a hint about the extraction. Let me clean up the things, and I give the coffee some time to cool down also. Because when we do refracting, we need to make sure that the coffee does not exceed a specific temperature, which is around 30 I think, or 30 to 40 Celsius. It shouldn't be more than that, so the refractometer will work properly. One thing that I wanted to tell you about, when I clean the pesado basket, it's not very easy to clean, honestly. So if I try to knock out the basket, not every time the coffee will come in one piece like the normal baskets. Probably we will get a lot of plugged holes as well. But that's a normal thing. Every time I clean it, I get to clean some of the holes, and then the next time the new holes will get clogged, and so on. I use this brush to clean it, and of course I clean it on the sink. So I think we're good to go to start the refracting. So let's do the refracting quickly. I'm going to use the phone to make everything identical like the previous process. So I'll turn on the refractometer, and I get the other phone and I connect it quickly. So because this is an old phone, it didn't connect automatically, but when I use my current phone, it just does. So here on the refractometer, I will see the phone icon, which is the second one, the first one on the left. This means that now the refractometer is connected. Okay, and here it shows on the application that the refractometer is connected. Okay, if I also connect the scale, it will connect here, so it can measure me the flow rate and all that. So it gives me better analysis for my coffee. So the first dose is the Edge Plus. The yield is 40 grams, and the time that it took is 35 seconds. Okay. I think this part is buggy a little bit. When I select that it's fine, I just did, right? And whenever I click out, it again opens the same menu for me. I don't know why. This always happens on that part, but it's okay. Let's forget about it. It shouldn't be a problem. So the yield is 40 grams. The dose is 18 grams. Let's put a sample and see what it is going to tell us. Yeah, like that. And then I go to the application and I click on test. So the light will come out here. It will give me the percentage. So it's definitely over extracted, as you see here. It shows me it's a little bit on the bitter side. So it's still in the middle of the range, but it went towards the bitter side, which means that it's not so strong or weak. It's just bitter because it went longer than it should be. That's the very simple answer for that. Okay, so this is extraction percentage is 24.6 and the TDS is 11.08. Let's finish this one, save it, and let's go back again to start a new process. And the new one is going to be a little bit more. This is 40 and the same yield. So we have to definitely clean that one first. And wiping it with a piece of cloth, and then put the next sample. Mix it first. And to make sure it's not warm, it has to be room temperature. And then so we have 40 seconds here. Yield is 40 grams. Dose is 18 grams. And then analyze brew result. Test. And let's see the percentage that it gives us. See, I told you when I tried the coffee that the bitterness here is less, right? See, this is what is proving my word. So it's a little bit less bitter. I don't know how. The extraction on the first grinder, maybe it was like, I actually cannot find the reason for it, because the time that it took to extract the coffee was less than the time that it took to extract the coffee using the second grinder, the edge. Yet the extraction percentage on the first one was 24, this is 22, and the TDS was 11, this is 10.29, which means that this has a less extraction percentage, less TDS. And that's what happened when I tried the cup. I didn't feel that it's much better like the other one. It was less in bitterness. But I still feel that the flavor of the Edge Plus is like, for me, it's better than the flavor of the Edge. However, this is like over extracted. So I don't know what is the rule here, since we know that longer extraction would result into extracting more solids from the coffee, and this will result into higher TDS, and this can give you unpleasant taste for your coffee. That's a very simple thing that everybody knows. Yet when we did a longer extraction on the smaller grinder, we didn't take as much solids as we took from the other grinder. Maybe because in the end of blowing up, when I was blowing, there was a little bit of fines coming out. Maybe those fines resulted into having more bitterness in the cup. I think that's the only thing I can figure out for now. But anyway, our experiment, again, I think it succeeded, because both grinders can grind fine enough even to use high extraction baskets, which means that if anybody goes for any of them, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a roadblock to grind as fine as you need to have your coffee in the way you want. I'm sorry for my long video. I hope it was a little bit beneficial to you, and it's always my pleasure to talk to you in my videos. And if you consider subscribing to my channel and liking my videos, this would help me a lot in order to make more future videos in the future, inshallah. Thank you so much for watching.